My name is Seth Kwame Boateng, the producer of the documentary Locked and Forgotten. This is a documentary weighted to highlight the plight of remand prisoners across the country. 2 days after the documentary was aired on Joy News, both TV and radio, I got a call from the office of the Chief Justice. She wanted a copy of the documentary. That same day, another call came from the office of the Interior Minister. He wanted to meet managers of multimedia to discuss the way forward as to how they could team up with us and deal with the issues we raised in that documentary. The following day, a call came from Tamale that some of the prisoners I featured in the documentary had been released. One of them was this woman who allegedly killed her daughter, and she was put in jail for 4 years. Another one who got his freedom following this documentary was a young man I met at the Sunyani prisons. I call him the talented artist. We told his story, and in less than a week, some lawyers, about 8 of them, came together, filed an appeal, and ensured that he was discharged. The Chief Justice then assembled all judges in the Greater Accra region to watch the documentary Locked and Forgotten.
Following the graphic images presented by the recent media documentary of Mr. Seth Kwame Boateng of Joy FM, and in respect of which I make the following suggestion. Unless it would disturb your appetites, and I doubt that it would, knowing that lawyers or persons in the legal profession are made of strong staff, may I suggest we watch part, if not the entire abridged version of this thought-provoking documentary.
Afterwards, she issued instructions, and that weekend, the Chief Justice assembled about 40 judges in the Greater Accra region and ordered them to tour prisons in the Greater Accra region. So some went to Akuse and the rest went to Insawam. She wanted them to have a feel of the conditions there so that when they are sentencing people, they will have in mind where they are sending them to.
After having watched the documentary, we have brought them to see the realities of the situation on the ground, and now they have come to see it, and we hope that will work very much. It will affect their countenance or everything about prisoners.
The Chief Justice activated the Justice for All program. She put together 2 judges from the Appeals Court and the High Court to tour prisons across the country and ensure that cases of remand prisoners are heard expeditiously. So far, they have visited about 7 prisons across the country, and they are still continuing with their visit to the prisons to hear cases of remand prisoners. 2 weeks later, a copy of the documentary was sent to the presidency by the Prison Service Council.
One of Ghana's finest journalists, who happens to be here, had done a documentary on the state of Ghana prison. It was also aired in our media houses, and the Chief Justice acted immediately. Our visit to her end was very, very fruitful. Presented a report on the state of the remand prisoners, and we've seen very fruitful results.
The Prison Service Council then activated a number of campaigns to get public support towards revamping the prisons. So they launched the Sefiasi project. And at the event, the president awarded me with a citation. I was made ambassador extraordinaire to the prisons. 2 days later, the president then decided to visit the Nsawam medium security prisons. And it was the first time a sitting president was entering the prisons. He went there to tell the people or the inmate they had been locked but not forgotten.
It is not easy to be locked away. It is a difficult thing, but the worst thing of all is to be locked away and to be forgotten. The message I bring you today is that you're not forgotten, and I've seen with my own two eyes what I have heard many a time about the conditions in our prisons. And I'd like to thank the two journalists that were acknowledged by your representative when he spoke, because I think those documentaries touched the hearts of people.
And in July, the Chief Justice went back to the Nsawam medium security prisons to open a permanent remand court built to hear only cases of remand prisoners. Her aim is that this court will help decongest the prisons, and her plan is to replicate this across the country.
This brings to mind the documentary Locked and Forgotten. If I may use the modern expression, the game changer that prodded the judiciary to step up the Justice for All programs. The title of this documentary, produced by Seth Kwame Boateng of Joy News, is very appropriate.
My name is Seth Kwame Boateng.